Okay, let me shift to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Cleveland Browns in the divisional round of the 2021 NFL playoffs. They won the game 22-17, and this game to me was another prime example of why Kansas City is the best team in all football and why the Kansas City Chiefs are more than just the Patrick Mahomes show. Patrick Mahomes is arguably the most talented quarterback in the NFL right now. There's no one really debating that outside of Patrick Mahomes haters, you know? But this also can be true. Patrick Mahomes' job is easier than almost 90% of every single NFL starting quarterback right now. That also can be true. No doubt about it. His job is easier than Aaron Rodgers' job. His job is easier than Deshaun Watson's job. And boy, oh boy, with Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones killed to have that supporting cast around them. Patrick Mahomes has an A-plus wide receiver core. The best tight end in the entire NFL, Travis Kelce. A very good offensive line. Very good running backs. An elite head coach by his side in Andy Reid. And Patrick Mahomes was injured in that game, late in the game. It was midway through the third quarter, and Kansas City did not miss a beat. Sure, Chad Henne did throw an interception in that game, but Chad Henne barely played all season, folks. He was a little bit rusty, you know. He was probably not prepared to play in that moment just because you don't anticipate Patrick Mahomes is going to get hurt, but ultimately, the play calling did not change when Chad Henne was in that game. You could clearly tell that Andy Reid trusted Chad Henne to execute his offense. And Chad Henne, he was throwing to Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, bunch of weapons. He was behind that really good offensive line, and things were smooth sailing for the most part for Chad Henne, you know. And I've always said Patrick Mahomes landed in an all-time perfect situation. All-time perfect. Not just a perfect situation, but an all-time perfect situation when he was drafted. People, let's not forget, Alex Smith won 12 games with the Kansas City Chiefs before Patrick Mahomes got there. He was in the MVP conversation the year before Patrick Mahomes got there. Now, obviously, Alex Smith is an average to slightly above average quarterback, so he was not going to win Kansas City a Super Bowl, but Alex Smith won games with the Chiefs. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they can win games with average quarterback play. Imagine if Aaron Rodgers goes down for the Green Bay Packers in a playoff game. Green Bay's toast. Imagine if Deshaun Watson missed a game or two for the Houston Texans. If Deshaun Watson doesn't play in a Houston Texans uniform this year, I guarantee you they are drafting Trevor Lawrence with the number 1 overall pick. They were that bad this year. They were that bad this year, folks. What if Russell Wilson goes down for the Seattle Seahawks? Have you seen their offense with Russell Wilson recently? It's not been good. Without it, oh man, it'd be bad. Folks, Patrick Mahomes is a super duper talented quarterback. But I've always said, Patrick Mahomes' supporting cast does not get enough credit for how good they are. This is not just the Patrick Mahomes show, people. And by the way, in that Super Bowl that Patrick Mahomes won, he had the worst passer rating for a Super Bowl winning MVP in NFL history. He was bailed out by that defense. He was bailed out by those weapons. And ultimately, there were a couple of officiating breaks that went in Kansas City's way. And look, I'm not trying to take anything away from what Patrick Mahomes did in the Super Bowl, but ultimately, can we at least give some credit to the Kansas City Chiefs supporting cast and not all the credit to Patrick Mahomes and not act like Patrick Mahomes is just the greatest thing since sliced bread? Listen, I've said Patrick Mahomes is arguably the best quarterback in the sport, but he also has some of the best support in the entire NFL. And he's not as valuable as Aaron Rodgers. He's not as valuable as Deshaun Watson. He's not as valuable as Russell Wilson. Okay? So ultimately, Patrick Mahomes is great, but I've always said the Kansas City Chiefs are more than just a Patrick Mahomes show. And in the playoffs, they proved it. But ultimately, as long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy, the Kansas City Chiefs should be favorites to win the Super Bowl. No doubt about it. Let's see if they can capitalize and potentially become a dynasty with Patrick Mahomes under center. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.